So I have a race I'm trying to make that's exactly 7 days from now. So I went ahead and picked up a stock axle today because my built axles still use the stock bar. They just have aftermarket or upgraded whatever CVs on the outside on both ends. So what I'm gonna do is just swap the stock bar back on the upgraded CVs and throw the axle back in the car. Besides that, I still have to finish upgrading so I have to run the relay for the fuel pump, for the second fuel pump that we set up. I still have to set up all the CO2 stuff. I still have to wire in my micro squirt into my mega squirt as an input-output box. So I still have a lot to do, but hopefully I can get it all done, and then we can go to the track and have some fun. Alright, so just a quick update here. I got the micro squirt harness wired up to the original mega squirt harness here. A bunch of wiring I still have to do for extra sensors. So I have all the plugs here for the extra sensors that I'm going to be putting in. And then I have the two max solenoids for the CO2 setup. I have that there. And then today the housing for the turbo came in. So I have that bolted up. And then right now what I'm getting ready to do is pull the fuse on the fuel pumps. Try and turn it over for a little bit, get some oil flowing through this. The engine as a whole, I haven't ran the engine in a long time. And then obviously the new turbo, so I have to prime that bad boy too. And then obviously right into the bucket here. Hopefully it's not messy at all, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start, turn it over a few times, see what it does. Doesn't look like a drop so far. Yep, nothing yet. Make sure this isn't kinked up or anything. Should be fine. So the fuel pump, the oil pressure light went away, but still don't see anything coming out. So let's try it again, I guess. Hold it down for a while. Still nothing. Dry as a bone. Just gonna check down here and make sure it's not kinked up, because I feel like it should have some sort of pressure coming out by now. But I still see nothing. Everything looks fine down there. Try it again. All right, still nothing. I'm gonna take it back apart. There definitely should be oil coming out of it by now, I'd imagine. So let me take it back apart and I'll check back in. All right, so I got the axle in. It's all bolted up, ready to go. So the next thing I'm gonna do is set up the extra relay for the fuel pump. These ones I found it on Amazon. Has like an integrated fuse in it, so that should be good. I'm gonna switch it out. Right now it has a 30 amp in it, but I'm gonna switch it out to a 20 just to be safe. Then we should be all set up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that wired in, and we should be good. All right, so I got the 2 relays all wired up, and they should be good. I still have to find a 20 amp fuse. I know I have one laying around somewhere. I'm just not sure exactly where my big box of fuses are, because I moved and I really haven't touched much since I moved into this garage. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like right now. So as you can see, I have the original relay right there, and then the new one down there, and then it runs to there, and then goes all the way back up to the fuel pump. I still have to throw in a ground wire, but I'll be doing that shortly. I just have to run to Advanced or whatever to go grab a little bit thicker wire, because I don't have anything to match the power wire currently. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out, and then we'll get it all set up. I'm gonna charge the battery so I can start it and make sure fuel pressure is good and both pumps are kicking on. All right, so I've been putting a little bit of time into my own car here. I got the turbo bolted up, ready to go. You saw me prime it earlier. So what ended up actually happening when I was trying to prime it, when I was checking out things over here, I started hearing something drip, so I looked down and the line was dripping some oil. So I guess that it just needs the wheel to spin a little bit to, I guess, throw some oil around. But basically I spun the wheel a little bit, more oil will start coming out. So it should be all good there. And then I got the 2 boost solenoids set up for the CO2. And then let's see what else we got put together in here. So those are 2 solenoids. I just kind of threw some self-tappers in to hook the Mega Squirt up. I definitely the Micro Squirt, sorry. I definitely need to clean up a lot of the wiring over here because it's pretty messy. And then also we have down here the pneumatic fittings, and then I have the 100 PSI sensor for the dome pressure on the wastegate so that I can control the CO2 setup. So today I also dropped off the housing for the turbo off to our friends over at MS Fab to go ahead and put the other clamp for this. This is just a eBay cheap Vangeum clamp that you can get on eBay. They work great, but they're, like I said, I just had to get it welded on there because there's no way for the housing to hook up without it. So once we get that back, then we'll be making some street hits on the new turbo. I already not started the car, but I put the on position on and I heard the fuel pumps kick on, so everything should be good there. Once we get the housing back, or actually tonight, I'll probably start it up, let it run for a little bit, and then go from there. But I'll be getting the housing back tomorrow, and we'll go drive it on the street. Now I still have to fill up the CO2. I haven't made it anywhere to go get it done. So as soon as that gets done, then I can run, the CO2 setup and start dialing that in as well. I still have to flash the Micro Squirt for the input-output software so that it looks at it as like an input-output box. But besides that, that's where we're at right now. As soon as I get that back tomorrow, then we'll go make some street hits. I'll probably do a little video in a little bit, starting the car up, let it idle, make sure everything's good, no major leaks or anything fun like that. But besides that, that's where we're at. Alright, just to give a kind of a quick update. So I went to start the car, but I wasn't getting any fuel pressure at all. So I took the top hat back out, and one of the feed lines, those PTFE ones, one of them actually came off of the feed. So I turned around and put clamps on all of them. I know I said previously that you didn't need clamps. You probably shouldn't. The one that came off was like 0.5 millimeters larger than the other 2. So I just put a clamp on all of them just to be safe, so I don't have to have that issue anymore. Built pressure, started the car, started right up, and everything was good. And then I got my housing back from our friends over at MS Fab here. But since the other housing stuck out further off the cast E36 or S366 turbo, so I had to get this adjusted. So I added an extra inch here, but then ended up getting twisted. So I'm gonna have to just order another 90 and then some more piping, and then I'm gonna take the car to him, and then we'll drop it off there, and he'll just put it back together, and everything will line up perfectly, and then we'll be able to run the car. So the first time I just took the pipe over there, and we just thought maybe we could just add an inch and it'd be fine, but it ended up getting it still wasn't enough basically. So just to do it right and be done with it, we'll buy new piping and drop it off over there. We also finished setting up the CO2 stuff here, so all the lines are down to the gate, and then the line from the turbo housing down to the gate, all that's good. And then the line runs into the car, and then the bottle is mounted back there. I still have to go get it filled, but for now I'm not worried about that. I just want to get the car running, driving, so that we can do some test hits on it. And then I mounted the Mega Squirt on the outside, or the Micro Squirt, sorry, on the outside down there. So that's all set up. I mean, just a small few things left to do, and then start messing with the tune and making sure we're getting it to leave good, and then we'll hit the track and see what she'll actually do on the new turbo.